So here I am trying to read Hyper Kirby's journal again.
Dear Diary, today Avlein showed me even more of my 10-year-old writing.
It's okay though, the leader of the Guardians explained everything.
Yes, they explained everything and they explained nothing. In fact, they explained too much, I might add.
Too much of nothing?
Too much of nothing, yes.
Those feet are massive.
So what if you don't have Dismaster by this point? Are these lines all just skipped or something?
Yeah,
No,
they're
yeah.
This master just smelled the coffee and had to go into that shrine. Kirby Warrior.
really angry that a teleporter did not work. That magical teleporter that he himself created and could have recreated at any given point. Oh well.
He was tired. Also,
Soul-sucking machine.
wait, LDM, you drew that picture on the right, didn't you?
No, that was
Amanda.
That was Amanda?
Yeah, that was
Yeah, she
Amanda.
could do digital art too, but I asked her to do it on paper anyway to keep it intact with the original stuff. She did 2 things like that. One was of herself and one was of KW, and that picture KW also made it into the installers that Disk was using for a while, but then opted out of.
Like, I just thought it was weird because the art style was different. Or, not the art style wasn't different, but like, just
Yeah,
the colored style. So I thought someone else drew it.
Well, is it laggy?
Yeah, she can draw, like, she's still an amazing artist even today, but she did that as well, and I said, I'm gonna use this not as in cutscene, but like in like graphics, so maybe something different would work. That's basically what she did right there. And that was alright.
Oh.
There's not a lot of enemies here.
Yeah,
Oh,
I wonder.
For a forest that sounds like its name is... You said it in the name file was like Gillitor Woods?
Yes.
For a name that sounds like it'd be a forest made of guillotines, it's not all that violent.
Well, you
And
want
it's
to know the
actually
secret?
quite serene too, yes.
Quaint.
You want to know the secret?
Dare I
Oh,
ask?
Well,
are you holding
I hacked it.
CTRL?
I hacked. Oh, no. I went into the game files and hacked it so there would be no encounters at all.
I don't blame
Because-
you. I don't blame you.
Because simply, 1, I really like the atmosphere on this place, and 2, I know
Yes.
there's going to be a side
Yes.
quest here earlier, and 3, fuck naughties.
Fuck naughties.
What did they do exactly?
Yeah.
Oh, wait until you see the episode before, like, wait till you see episode 6. They just gave me
There should
trauma.
be a key for it around here somewhere.
Oh, you buy it.
No, there's a few keys like lying around the ground as treasure.
For the
Yeah.
snow rover?
Yes,
Really?
for the
I've
snow-
been through this place like over 10 times now, over and under and left and right, and I have not found a single key.
It's really hidden.
Oh, fuck you. Are they behind the trees?
Well, it's the opportunity to drive a tank in an RPG. I don't think it'd be easy to achieve.
It costs only 200 stars!
And wait until you see my private updated version, since that tank can then shoot things, and it's amazing. Even though you have to pay for the ammo.
Oh.
Yeah, cause havoc in this wonderful winter forest. Only,
It's this wonderful, serene winter forest where you can
Only
then
for X
rage
stars.
war upon very nature itself.
well, there's chili bandits and spawns of hell here, so...
You found the secret. You found the secret stuff.
I figured there'd be something down here, and then there's this barrel, and then I found a
Did you
secret
ever
spray
find that before?
paint. No, I have not.
So now you're gonna see what the secret tank is gonna look like, except it's not gonna be down here by the time you get here, so whoops.
Well, yeah, I went over here, I realized, I thought it was over here. Maybe I should go back and check it out.
It switches between.
But first, I'm gonna save.
You know, I still like this area, even compared to like
Oh. What just happened?
oh.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, that's one of the errors,
He,
I was mentioning.
that guy almost broke your game.
Yes,
Yeah.
he broke into you and he smashed your head so hard you got to see the operating system existing beyond.
I see a treasure chest behind those trees.
It's because White Guild that MIDI was getting way too loud for my poor ears, so I tried to tune it down.
I actually made a remix of it, and the remix of it was the same style of song, but using, I think, one of the songs from like the Kirby anime by the original one by Akira Miyagawa. And and I think I think that song was ultimately used for another Kirby RPG at the time. I think a guy that now goes by the name Biaru. He was the one that made it.
Wait, you mean the one that's on your website?
No, another one. Oh. I had a hand in making it. I was getting around and sabotaging people along beforehand. Blue, my favorite color.
Oh, it's blue, and I accidentally walk onto the ice. I'm like, well, I can't open that yet, so that was pointless. Gotta trek all the way back there. I was planning on cutting this part out.
Yeah, basically the Snow Rover is just like get rid of rented encounters, honestly.
Which doesn't really help.
It doesn't really help you now, does it?
So...
Well, to be fair, this is a really nice song, and I don't want it being interrupted every 5 seconds with...
There's a secret path there.
What, where?
You see the path? It just goes into the wall.
Oh, I used that earlier.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty obvious. Of course, I did play Final Fantasy IV.
You know, the weird part is this map is actually much, much bigger, and I was like, oh, wow, I'm going to use this entire thing.
Wait, shut up. Here's my favorite town in the entire game.
And here are a bunch of characters that have plot, but never get resolved, so they might as well just not be there.
Be them.
You
have to be!
They're like actively conspiring against you, but for good of the world and whatnot. But it never gets explained. So I'm so sorry. And now he thinks he's talking to himself, but there's actually a crystal inside his head, and that crystal is one of the secret society things. So blah.
Crystal.
Yeah, there's a crystal underneath his hat.
I didn't know that.
That explains it.
Of course you didn't know that. It's not in the game files. But yeah,
I thought these guys were just here to cause mischief.
Sure.
And like one of them is like schizophrenic or something.
Oh no! Don't you joke about that.
So negative. And then like there's a bandit just walking down like, hey guys. Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, what? Ice shreds? What are those?
He's just like, whoa, shit.
Is there any like
What else?
He's still back there. What are you doing? Careful now.
Don't mind me, guys. I'm just gonna go ice skating while you discuss your evil plans.
Is there collusion going down there? I think there's collusion going down there.
That Waddle Dee could be the guy he's conspiring against. Look.
Oh, yeah. Stupid Waddle Dee aside. Rainbow Town is like... I just really like the way it's done. It's the music, the area, and like...
It's very jolly.
All the NPCs just give this place a lot of like character, and it just seems so lively.
Yeah, like clowns. Well...
Yeah, and I had to like custom code that in. It was amazing.
And there's even a clown in this town.
Really? Yes, it's the Circus Ski Lodge or something. I don't quite understand it. Yes, and if this is the first inn you stay at, and all inns let you just save your game that way. And
I didn't know that.
I wanted to get Tales of Symphonia style inns, where if like you had certain party members and you stayed at certain inns, you can get like extra characterization if you stay the night.
And now we just got coffee.
Yep. And you got a caffeine patch, so you're just feeding this habit right here.
Wait, did I give it to Dispatcher or KW?
I think you gave it to Disc.
And then like I accidentally hit this and I'm like, oh no, the music, no.
Just change maps, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Service here sucks.
I also find it funny that this is probably like the happiest town in the entire game. With happy music.
It's like fake happy, because all the people that are running it trying to seem happy, but really are not, and all the people that are staying there are kind of aware of the bad service they're getting.
Like, yeah, you get nothing but fake smiles from Waddle Doos and Waddle Dees.
You get fake smiles from Waddle Doos, even though they don't have mouths.
Wait a second, soda is a raw ingredient?
Yes.
Apparently.
Yes.
I wanted to have a cooking system
okay, now this
in the
makes
game.
more sense. Candy canes?
You know what's the best part? Candy canes recover 50 HP, while the other ones recover only 40.
They recover 50 HP very, very slowly.
Wait, weren't you going to implement the cooking
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why there's so many different, like, healing items. But without the cooking system that would come in at, like, Chapter 4, like, all this stuff is just too much.
You're just eating garbage. Oh, there's the
look.
Snooki. It's
100?
only
That's
100
it?
stars.
And remember,
And I just do... I fall
Those
into a
roses
tourist
smell like
trap.
ice.
I literally fall into a tourist trap
Present
here.
day. Don't you love present day?
Except I'm poor. I literally fall into a tourist trap and start buying everything I see, and now I only have 1,000 stars.
The town
in my
has
name.
that effect. It's quite surprising.
Well-
and the thing about it is, you'll see a door there, and I planned that you would come back later because like there's an entire half of the secondary map that you would revisit when you had to chase down one of the 4 elemental Ds, like the Ice D. So like you would come back here, and there would be an entire second half of the town that would open up.
That ATM is basically what you would feel like if you were a tourist here. Where'd all my money go?
It's very self-aware, unlike the last town, which had no self-awareness whatsoever.
Hey, we're all Japanese, except for this one Jamaican guy.
Except for the fact that... except for a lot of facts, honestly.
Also, I find it
here-
really funny. Because, like, you notice in the previous room there was a conference room, right?
Yes.
And, like, SL would know this, but, like, when I made a Serene Snows in KPO, there was actually a conference room in that game, too. And it was completely
Yeah.
unintentional. And that town paralleled Rainbow Resort Rainbow Town pretty closely.
Yeah, yeah.
At least
was like
until
a
we
complete
started making our own like houses
You
and
used,
such in the
you used the
conference room.
same music for it beforehand, too, right?
Yeah.
Until we got the new, like, stuff in there.
Actually, the first version of it used a different song, and then the second version didn't actually use this song.
This is
sounds
a
like-
4-star resort, but the service is terrible.
And then how was it a 4-star then? Hi, you're
Oh,
charming.
Hyper.
Hey, get away from my girlfriend.
No, Hyper just gave her a
Yeah,
shining
Waddle
smile.
Cheese
Why
have
doesn't he
gender here.
beat him up?
Yes.
Well, Hyper is Hyper. He's invincible.
That's a
Until he loses all his HP, at least.
Which is pretty
And the
hot.
the thing is pointing in the opposite direction, too. The arrows. Oh, dear.
Oh boy.
Stop.
Cutscene.
Cutscene.
I like this guy.
I like this song.
His name is Staccato, if I recall correctly. I forget the other guy's name, though.
I hope you,
All of
you do
the-
like this song because when we listened to it for a while, this is a long scene.
Maybe
It
that
is?
Waddle Dee
Wow.
will come in on the right.
No, there are no
Hey,
other.
I remember you.
There are
Remember
no
I was
other
on the-
shops here, and don't ask me how that fountain is not frozen. So,
Well, running water is pretty hard to freeze, actually.
I suppose so. It would jam up after a while.
Well, the pipes would freeze, I guess. They razzied the
It's a
train
video
price. Oh god!
Period. 0 stars per person.
And then I'm like,
So the train is
crap.
technically free to ride. We just have to say the number 10 all of a sudden.
I was like, crap. I just spent all my money buying shit. A stereotypical mean person.
Yeah, KW is like something weird is going on here, and something weird is going on here. So that guy that left, he's responsible for all the star blocks in the road that are like blocking the quick way back to KW's house. So
Asshole.
like, there's this entire other plot of the game going on at the same time, and yeah, see, he's like talking to himself because everyone is like planning to like make sure KW gets to all these different places to like solve all their different problems. But it never happens as the game ends, so it's just a bunch of nonsense.
Well, from a story
reminds me to
perspective, it would
finish
make
my
sense.
Stories. Wow, huh?
From a story perspective, it would make sense because KW has hero syndrome.
Hero syndrome, yes.
Yeah.
They have all this manpower, but nope, you have to rely on one guy. One guy with a ninja and a lot of coffee.
And a
One guy
duck
who's
hat.
perpetually grossly incandescent, and one guy who is apparently a ninja dinosaur.
Sir Tenuto. I think that's the first time he's named.
Sir Tenuto is pretty cool. He's a little
Yeah.
weird, but he's cool.
He's not privy to like what the rest of his band members are doing. It's just those two guys.
This guy's actually genuinely happy that we're talking to him.
Were the Poppy Brothers face sets even in the original DE?
There was only the angry one, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Well,
It was only used once. Oh. Let me pass.
Nope. You can't. Thou shall not pass. Sadly.
So this guy
Oh,
just
God,
blocks
lag.
the trade until you do something for him. That's kind of mean.
Oh my god.
Well, that's
that-
better than the other guy. I'll say you that.
That's the point, though. Rainbow Town.
Rainbow Town.
And then there is a very, very shiny piece of thing.
I don't know
over there.
what that is.
It looked like
It
a
looks
piece
like
of...
candy corn, but it's actually
It's
pizza.
pizza?
No, I
It's
thought I was gonna
very-
say it looked like pizza.
What kind of pizza is that?
Strawberry pizza? Watermelon?
Gross.
Grape juice? I don't know.
Grape
Ugh.
juice pizza.
I like grape juice, and even I don't find that appetizing on pizza.
And this is the other one of the. Oh. What is I? Never give me noteworthy composer again. Wow.
No, this isn't even the funny song. The funny song is the third one. You'll see.
Don't.
No. I never did this part. I don't remember this.
You don't remember this, huh? That's
I don't
probably
think
for the
I
I
better.
haven't even
this.
played DE, so we're in the same boat, I guess.
You never played DE?
No,
You
I
never
never
played
No, I
DE.
didn't.
He liked the original too much better.
I
Much better.
I
We'll
didn't
go
even
with that,
recognize
sure.
which
Dream
song
Force.
that was.
Yeah, video game trivia because this counts for content.
Well, to be fair, this was released on Kirby's Rainbow Resort. If those guys those guys there did not know these songs, then there's a kind of a problem.
I suppose so.
Of course, I'm kind of
song
surprised
is
I remember
this?
these songs. I'm a nerd.
We're all nerds.
This song sounds familiar, but
Block ball.
It just sounds.
no, I've never played Block Ball.
Block Ball had really good music.
That
for
would
a Game
explain
Boy
why I
game.
couldn't place it.
It was actually developed not by HAL, but by the same people who did The Legend of Starfy. Those people were called the Ninja developers, since they secretly developed games for other people
Oh, wait.
and
Hey,
let
wait,
them.
Okay,
I
wait.
want you guys to listen closely to this song, okay? There's something funny about it. Here it is. You can tell?
He's playing double trumpets somehow.
Yes.
That's impressive. That's impressive since he only has one trumpet.
I was wondering about this for a second. Like, wait, is that two trumpets I'm hearing here? How's that possible?
Yeah, the song is so amazing. You're like dazed, so you're seeing double, and now you're hearing double as well.
No wonder. I'm surprised that Mr. Tenuto does not want this
Kirby.
guy. But to be fair, that's technically correct. I mean, it is in
Technically.
this game. Whoop. My first maximum tomato.
No, it's not your first. You've had a few for a while.
And then the mirrors don't talk to me anymore. And I'm
Yeah, this is the part where I just
You
couldn't
broke
do...
too many, and then they don't want to talk to you anymore.
This is the part where I couldn't do like flavor text as often as I could because it's hard. Very hard.
And very time consuming.
Especially since you're making like one town per chapter, right?
Yeah.
So that's just stuff to update as well. Whoop.
Whoa.
Oh, look at all these little things.
This is House, just bang her.
Godzilla's attacking.
Banging left and right. Why?
This is banging
Poor
a girl.
This poor girl.
Amanda, your art is
Sight-
amazing.
Sight gags. I like that NPC.
You're totally
Dude.
creeping. These are just a bunch of kids, and you're just
Wait.
walking around.
How are water? What is there? Female dudes?
Yes.
Yes,
You
there
can tell
are
by their.
female
You can tell by the bows they wear.
Okay, but what
Yes.
about an adult female waddle dude? How can you tell?
You
The
can't.
bows they wear.
Okay, what if they're not wearing a bow?
Their eyelashes. I don't know.
Dreamland hasn't developed feminism yet, okay? It's a very sexist society.
Let's get Anita Sarkeesian here. Oh god.
Because look, this waddle dude has hairs. So what if? So the female would have like an eyelash and hairs?
Yes.
I think KW and I actually joked about that when he like put like female characters in 3 too. It's like, well, how would you tell a female that'll do? And it's like all mascara.
Wrong.
It's
I'm
just
trying to talk
it's
to
not
the
even
model, too.
actual do. It's just a big pile of mascara just right there. They don't even have to make sense for it to be fun. Yes. I like you, kid. I like you. You're giving this... You're like... Oh, now you broke their formation.
And then I'm like, oh shit, I have no money.
They're selling weapons?
And you bought all the useless items. It's fast food blade? What?
Well, I was thinking like, wait, what?
Everyone loves
food?
nunchucks.
Was that the Cloak of Evil? Really?
No, you just looked it up behind. But oh, yeah, I mean, it's the Cloak of Evil, of course.
The fast food blade? What is with the... What?
I don't know. Okay.
You know what's the funny thing is, like, KW told me that his, like, the blade he starts with is, like, his ancestral weapon, and it grows with him. And then it's funny because playing this game, he's just replacing blades left and right. First with a blade that's made of water, and a blade that's basically a fork.
I think I actually knew that. There would be a thing where if you didn't sell your original blade, since that was the only time you can get it, then it would become the most powerful weapon in the game.
And I totally sold it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you're out.
And here's a
Well,
blue
no, the
shade.
Star Rod is the most powerful weapon in the game, but it would become the second most powerful. But the Star Rod could be used by any party member anyway.
Remember when Discmaster could wield 2 weapons in the old game? You just clear the game way twice, give him 2 Star Rods.
Yep.
And
what the?
And
What
here's
the
the
hell?
original.
Oh.
So this is basically the equivalent town in the original game.
Pretty much, yeah, because it would be the same area even in the later chapter, because you would revisit it.
This is a iceberg.
Look how simple it looks.
Iceberg town.
Yep, that sign.
And then I forgot to turn on the volume for this game.
Good.
It's...
And then look, and there are the stumps. Yes, the
The
stumps.
ghost
I remember
stumps,
the
yes.
stumps.
I love those
I think
things.
that was 3 years
those
ago.
stumps.
No one understood what those did, but everyone liked it anyways.
I like how this was a cave town.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't developed, like, it's like ActRaiser. They haven't developed the population to create regular houses yet.
Yeah, they don't even have walls.
They're just kind of like standing over a giant pit.
I can
And yet
barely
those
even
books-
read this.
I'm sorry. I
Oh,
forgot.
no,
how-
it's like even the original, I can't read it. Not anymore.
Well, how about this?
Well, like,
AOL CDs.
it's like
Lol.
blue. It's like
Random.
blue over black, but like the blue is like a gradient, so it's just not very legible on like the streaming thing we're doing. But even if
Yeah.
I were to play it again, I doubt I would be able to have much better luck.
And I entered
Yeah.
here wondering, how do I get up to that ladder up there?
You have to go underground somehow, somewhere else.
Yeah, I figured that out.
It was around this point in the game when the mapping got like slightly better and they were getting a little bit more ambitious with it.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of bland in a lot of ways.
And simplistic.
It's so simple.
There's a beauty in simplicity, I guess. It's just
I like how like the shopkeeper's counters just kind of trap them in there for eternity.
yeah, they're
You don't even see how they get out.
it's slave labor. They're consigned to their position in life.
They can't really get out without jumping into the pit behind them. And then, like, that Waddle Dee says, hey, there's books of historical information. You can't read
And the
these.
books are in. You can't read them. KW.
But
is-
then there's this one bookshelf here that tells you about the Zero Zone. It never gets brought up later in the game, by the way.
Well, it says erupt, so I'm guessing that refers to the volcano.
Yeah. You know, volcanoes are usually found underneath frozen over towns.
Well, it depends on how high it is.
I'm like, fuck this, I'm gonna climb over the stairs. Then jump into the pit.
Wait, I've
And,
never
yeah,
seen
you're
this.
This is actually a pretty well done map. I think it has layers, and I like layers.
The problem with layers is that you can't quite tell where original layer starts and ends sometimes. Oh, Game Guy! Hello.
Game Guy.
I don't think he appears in DE, does he? No.
Well, he got replaced
Hey, at least
by
you
a
get
trumpet.
free stuff.
He gets replaced by a trumpet, dude.
Free stolen stuff.
Hi, bud. How many flames are Hyper Kirby's house? 3?
Yeah, it was it
Do you
3?
get locked out now? You do get locked out.
You
don't
do get locked out. I'm like, well, I'm stupid.
If you actually continued, he would mention Chap, and Chap was a person that was a friend character of Drax, and it's they don't get a sprite in KWRPG, obviously.
Funny thing about Chap is that he looked a lot like Bakan von Vishkat from DE. Just not a
yeah,
pocket
but
brother.
his hat was bolder, so not a top hat. It was round, and he was not a poppy brother. He was, and also I remember Chap's head was detachable, so like he would lift off his head and like throw it around while his body does something else.
And I have no idea what anyone's talking about.
Yeah, because it wasn't brought up in the original game, even though it became part of the fan canon anyway.
Just like Casio.
Oh my.
We'll see him later.
Joy.
Joy.
Excellent.